Hi guys, we are live. Welcome back to my channel. Today I'm so excited. We are discussing the newest, biggest, this is the problem with live streaming, is like stuttering over your words, but I'm so excited. That's why it was just announced that Disney is going to retheme Splash Mountain as Princess and the Frog. Wah! I'm so excited. So I'm really excited to do this live stream and just kind of talk about this new and exciting news. I'm really pumped about this. Hence my stuttering over my words. I am really excited for this. So I have my Princess Tiana Jim Shore behind me in as part of showing how excited I am about this news. So the news just broke today, and I just wanted to go over a few really exciting points. So Disneyland and Disney World Splash Mountain rides will be rethemed to feature characters from Princess and the Frog. And this is really, oh, hi Tor. This is important because they're not taking down the ride. They're not, rebuilding it or anything like that. It's just a perfect way to add some diversity to the parks and to just make it. I think Splash Mountain, the fact that it's based on Song of the South is problematic. So it's a great way to bring in Princess and the Frog and still have the parts of Splash Mountain that people love. So they're not rebuilding the ride. If you guys are familiar with the Frozen ride at Epcot, it was the same idea that it used to be the Norway ride because it was part of the Norwegian pavilion. And you'd go and ride this little boat ride that was like themed with different things that make Norway special and highlight different parts of Norway. And they closed it and then rethemed it to be Frozen, but they kept the track. They just added in Elsa, and they even kept not a lot, but some of the elements that are that were a part of the older ride. So they can do this. I love the Frozen ride. I think that was a great addition. I know a lot of people were really upset at the time, but it's a great ride, and I think this is so good that Disney's doing this. I'm so excited. The project has been in the works since the last year, which is really interesting to hear because with everything going on right now with the Black Lives Matter movement, there was a massive online petition calling for Disney to retheme Splash Mountain. And if you're not familiar with it, Splash Mountain is like one of the most classic rides at Disneyland and Disney World. It opened in Disneyland in 1989, and it is based on Song of the South. Song of the South is a film that Disney doesn't put out anywhere, so it's not on Disney Plus. You can't buy it because it is said to glorify slavery, and so it seems kind of problematic that this ride was based on a film that Disney can't even show. And it was built in '89, so I feel like that should have actually been thought about. They should have thought about this. So I understand that it's based on Brer Rabbit and Brer Fox and Brer Bear and their story, but still I think this is the right call. If it has any sort of roots that are set in something that's problematic, anything that glorifies slavery, then it shouldn't be that way. And the same goes for Pirates of the Caribbean. This is Red the Pirate. So if you're familiar with pirates, you know that she used to be auctioned off. She was in the auction scene, and she was just sitting there looking pretty while a pirate was auctioning her off, and the other pirates were yelling out, "We want the redhead," and that's a problem. That's a big problem, and it took a long time. I think it was 2 years ago. They finally changed the auction scene so that they were not selling women, that they're selling off. Let's see, livestock, and I think they have like paintings and other things. And now Red is a pirate, and she's the one leading the auction. So she's like the pirate queen, and they've remade this character so that now she's strong and she's in charge, and they're not selling people. So that was definitely needed to do, and there was pushback on that, and people were upset because of the nostalgic factor, and they were upset about, well, this is such a nostalgic ride and I don't want it to change. And I feel like you can't use that argument. You can't just argue that something's nostalgic so you should keep doing it if it is wrong. So I think that this is a really great idea. I'm so happy about this. I don't know if you guys saw the picture of the concept art. I'll put it on the thumbnail for this video, but it also says the Imagineers at Disney announced that Splash Mountain, will be changing to Princess and the Frog. I wanted it to talk about, it will tell the story of what happens after Princess Tiana and Prince Naveen's final kiss in the film. It will feature music from the film and follow the characters as they prepare for their first Mardi Gras performance. I'm so excited! It's gonna be so awesome. And then they have a quote that says, with the long-standing history of updating attractions and adding new magic, the retheming of Splash Mountain is of particular importance today. The new concept is inclusive, one that all of our guests can connect with and be inspired by, and it speaks to the diversity of the millions of people who visit our parks each year. So that's a quote from Disney. So the concept art looks really great, and you can tell that it still is Splash Mountain. It just has characters from Princess and the Frog, and I'm so happy about this. I think it's going to be so great. It's a way to keep the ride experience that you still love, but add in characters from Princess and the Frog. And I love Princess and the Frog. I love Princess and the Frog. I feel like that movie does not get enough credit. It has such good music. We listen to the music year round. It has great characters, and I think it's going to be such a good addition to the parks. I know that some people are worried about it being by Frontierland, and how does that relate to, because it should be closer to New Orleans, because that's where Princess and the Frog is set, or New Orleans Square at Disneyland is where people think it should be closer to. I think it's so close, and I don't think that should be a problem. I don't think the fact that Big Thunder is really close to Splash Mountain is going to be a problem. I think people will enjoy the ride, and they're not going to be, I don't know, upset that the theming doesn't quite blend. Disney does a really good job at blending and like transitioning the lands, if that makes sense. So like there's actually a building in Disneyland, and half of it is the Tiki Room, and the other side of the building is a part of Main Street. And if you go above the building, you can see like where the line is, where it's like Tiki themed versus what is the architecture called that blends in with the rest of Main Street, and you can see that. But when you're walking in Disneyland, it doesn't feel like this sort of, I don't know, rough transition, like, oh, I was just in Main Street, now I'm in Tiki Room. They know, or in Adventureland, they know how to transition really well, I feel like, from each land. So I think this is going to be so great. I think they'll do really good things with it, and it's important. So I put my trust in Disney that they'll do a good job with this. And I think it's really great that they were thinking about this, that they were already had this in the works, and that they announced it. I'm sad that we don't know right now with Corona what's going to happen as far as parks opening. I don't know if you guys just heard, the next big news is that Disneyland's opening date actually just got pushed back, which is really sad. I get it, I understand it. It's just sad. Everything with COVID this year and the effects that it's had on everything, every industry, honestly, on everyone. So really disappointed that the cases are that we're seeing such a rise in cases, and that it's affecting the Disney parks opening. It's so crazy. I know I always say it, just still this year it's just mind-blowing how everything has turned out. But anyway, that's this week's news, Disney news for today's live stream. And what's so funny is that I just barely filmed my unpopular opinions video, and I did it Disney themed, and I actually talked about Princess and the Frog in it. And one of the things I was saying was, I feel like this movie doesn't get enough credit, and it's so great, and it has the great music and fun characters, and then this news came out, and so anyway, I'll put up that video soon. And I don't know if you guys saw yesterday's vlog. It was Kenzie's 6th birthday party, so if you haven't watched that, make sure you go back and watch that. It was really fun. But yeah, let me know what you guys think of the news. Just to be clear, I love the ride of Splash Mountain. Like, we love going on Splash Mountain. I know people are gonna be upset because it has such a loyal fan base, but like I said, the ride is still going to be the ride. They are just finding a way to have it be with Princess and the Frog, if that, that makes sense. So, and I think it will tie in together really great, because if you think of even at the end with the big showboat, and there's that beautiful ending scene where all the animals are singing Zippity-Doo-Dah at the end. I think that could be a really great finale for the Princess and the Frog ride now. So happy. I hope that they also have like beignets when you get off. Wouldn't that be awesome? We stayed at the Orleans, which is a Disney resort property, and we stayed years ago there, and it was so fun. They had it was all New Orleans themed, and it was really, really cool. And then they had beignets, and anyway, a lot of things that went with the theme of Princess and the Frog. So we loved it, and I'm so happy that Disney has made this announcement. So way to go, Disney. I'm excited to see this change. Who knows when everything will open up and go back to normal so they can actually start work on this. But for now, it's just a really exciting announcement. And yeah, that's what's new with Disneyland this week, the new news. So yeah, I'll keep you guys updated on what I hear. Yeah, we can keep talking about Disney stuff on these live streams. I love this. So yeah, put your thoughts down below, and if you haven't already, subscribe, give this video a thumbs up, and I will see you guys on another live stream or family vlog very soon. Bye guys.